Hello, my beautiful and eternal souls. How are you guys doing today? I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you guys are happy and healthy. It is April 27th, Monday, April 27th, 2020. And it's another day, and the stock market has risen again. The economy is doing phenomenal. There's just so much demand for stocks nowadays. People are very wealthy. Everything is great. Everybody has money. People are working. Everybody is making ends meet. It is a fantastic, great economy. That's why the stock market has risen 358 points. It's just beautiful, it's amazing. There's just so much positivity right now. Everything is great. The economy's never looked this good before. It is not shut down. Everything is open. You can go and shop right now. Everything's open. Yeah. So that is the facade. That is the facade, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we're currently facing right now. The stock market is as linked to our reality as Superman saving a girl. That is the direct correlation, stock market and our reality. It doesn't matter how much the stock market rises, everything else is dead. Okay, so there's no economy, it's dead. Yeah, this economy is buried underground. You can't even find it anymore at this point. It's missing. It's missing in action, or actually it's missing in action. um, and that's exactly what it is. We have no economy. The only reason why the stock market keeps rising is because the Federal Reserve, yes, our lovely and mighty Federal Reserve continues to inject drugs, dope, um, anesthesia into the patient, so the patient can still stay alive. Because without the drug, without the injection, without the boom 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 injection, the patient's gonna die. That's what the stock market is. It is a patient right now, and it is a very, very ill and sick patient. And the Federal Reserve has to keep injecting money. It has to keep buying debt. It has to keep buying all the stocks, because who has money right now? Who's buying all these stocks? Everything's shut down. 26.5 million people are unemployed, and there's 7 million people before that were unemployed. We have 34 million people right now that are unemployed, at least, allegedly, from the reports that you can find on the web. But the actual unemployment rate is probably like 60, 70 million people right now. Who knows how many actual figures that exists right now. it's it's beyond beyond. That's what it is. Yes, that's exactly what it is. We're living in an illusion, folks. That's what it is. This is an illusion. This is an illusion of the highest caliber that one can possibly imagine. It is beyond the realm of possibilities. It is beyond our dimension. We are living in another dimension, because yes, it seems lucid. You're aware of what's happening, but none of it makes any sense. At this point, if a UFO came and landed here and it picked me up, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, why should I be? Anything is possible at this point. You'll probably have birds picking up random people at this point. You'll probably have like griffins and stuff, coming, flocking up in the ground and picking up random people and flying away. Anything is possible at this point. Everything's shut down, okay? The entire world, 4 billion people, probably more than that, 4 billion people are sanctioned, trapped in servitude in their own homes, in their own humble abodes. They can't leave, they can't work, under, of course, if they have credible reasons as to leaving their houses, for groceries, for food, necessities, essentials. Aside from that, they can't leave. There's no work. Everything is dead. Everything is dead. The economy is dead. Oil is dead. There's no demand for oil. And what's going on? Oil continues to go up because of the bickering between United States and Iran, between the whorehouse and the Parliament of Iran, right? So that's what it is. That's currently our situation right now. There's virtually zero negative demand for oil. Oil is right now, if you go to a gas station in most places, it's what, like $1.50, $1.80. Some states like Illinois or up north is probably like 99 cents, 90 cents a gallon. In all honesty, that is significantly expensive than how much it should actually be. The real price for oil right now should be zero. This much. This is the real price. Zero. Okay? This is the real price for oil right now. There's no demand for oil. Oil, they should be giving you oil for free at this point. You shouldn't be paying a cent. You shouldn't be paying an Abraham Lincoln penny for a gallon of oil. It should be free because nobody's buying oil. There's 160 million barrels of it sitting in the coasts of America, California, and the East Coast. Nobody's buying oil. Oil is dead. You know, at this point, the way I see is this. All the countries, all the economies are buried in debt, okay? The United States is the biggest, the largest debtor nation in the world. In the world. United States is the biggest debtor nation in the world, okay? With 24.7 trillion national debt and over 77 trillion in total United States debt. Over 77 trillion. Our GDP, and correct me if I'm wrong, but off the top of my head, okay? Our GDP right now is 19 point something trillion, okay? So our total debt is about over 400% of our GDP. Over 400%. It's laughable. That's all you can do at this point. You can just laugh. Because that's all it is. It's all a facade. It's all an illusion, okay? We're broke. Most of the countries are broke. Hey, but guess what? Let me read you something really quick, okay? So listen to this, all right? This is really funny. So between March 18 and April 10th, 34 American billionaires saw a surge in their net worth and their revenue. It increased. And Jeff Bezos, the owner of Amazon, his wealth surged by an unprecedented, his wealth surged is unprecedented in modern financial history, okay? So as of April 15, his fortune had increased by an estimated 25 billion since January 1st of this year. This is larger than the gross domestic product of Honduras, which is 23.9 billion in 2018. One man is wealthier than the country. But we have a democracy. We have a capitalistic society. This is capitalism. Yeah, we're living in capitalism. Everybody's making it. Everybody has a word and a saying when it comes to income equality. 26.5 million people in the span of 5 weeks have become unemployed. Between April 18th and April 10th, between March 18th and April 10th, okay? Between those 3 weeks, we had about 22 million people become unemployed, but let me read something else to you again. So 34 of the nation's wealthiest people saw an increase in their wealth by tens of millions of dollars. Tens of millions of dollars of the 34 of the wealthiest people in this country, their net worth increased by tens of millions of dollars. While 26.5 million people lost their jobs and they've lost the means to produce food, not produce food, but the means to bring food to the table for their family, for their children, for their friends, for their grandparents, you name it. They don't have the capability right now to make those ends meet, but the rich continue getting richer while the poor continue to stay poor. That is capitalism for you, okay? So we don't have capitalism anymore, folks. To be honest with you, there's no capitalism. This capitalistic society died. You know what we have right now? We have communism. Starting with this month in April, when people began to receive their welfare checks, because that's what it is, a welfare check, and it's debt. It's not stimulus, it's debt. What do you think that $2.2 trillion CARES Act is? Do people know about the $2.2 trillion CARES Act and how much of it actually went to Wall Street? How much of it actually went to big corporations? How much of it actually went to airlines and hotels and casinos and large fast food chains and restaurants? And oh, of course, the banks. Okay, $2.2 trillion, okay? Out of that $2.2 trillion, we, the people, the lovely, beautiful people like us, right? Okay, we, the beautiful, lovely people of this country, we received at the most $200 million out of that $200 billion out of that 2.2 trillion. 200 billion is what we received at the most, okay? Small businesses, allegedly from the reports, went and received 350 billion. But most businesses haven't even acquired that money yet, and what's happening? Oh, they're going underground, they're being bankrupt. So 2.2 trillion, okay? If you do the math, and I was accounting 300 million workers in this country, because there's so many illegals in this country, but 300 million workers, and only citizens, for the most part, are able to get this stimulus debt, not people that are not citizens. And there's also a wide range of people that are not permittable to get this amount, this $1,200, which are people that have to that don't pay for child support and whatnot. So I did the math. I was being generous, okay? I mean, yeah, why not? Be generous, right? That's my motto in life. So I was being generous. 300 million people would receive this $1,200 stimulus check, right? You do the math, 300 million, okay? Half of it are workers, half of it are children. So you get around $200 billion out of that 2.2 trillion. And you add that with the 350 billion with the small businesses being bailed out, that comes up to be about 550 billion. The rest, 1.75 trillion, 1.8 trillion, do you know where that goes to? Oh no, they didn't mention it, did they? No, they didn't mention where it went. Oh, we don't know where it went. Oh, because it went to Wall Street. Yeah, it went to Wall Street, and it went to the bankers. Yeah, because they're poor, because they need our money. We have to bail them out because they're so poor. We have all the money. Like Trump said, we're the richest country in the world. Everybody in America is rich. We're filthy rich. Like I said, I digress. That is the current state of our world and economy and mental state for most people. It's a facade. It's an illusion. The Federal Reserve continues to devalue our money every single day, and people are just blind to it. They're in a sleep. They're in a slumber. They're not going to wake up. They don't care. They're using their money on things that don't even matter. And what happens when it runs out? What are people going to do when that runs out? You have 3 more months of additional benefits for unemployed people until the end of July. What's going to happen when that runs out? What are you guys going to do then? You think this welfare state's going to continue forever? You think the government is going to continue to give you handouts, free money, like there's no tomorrow? All your wildest dreams will be finalized through the government's means of supporting your welfare. There's an awakening coming, guys. I just wanted to let you guys know. There's a reckoning coming, there's an awakening coming, and I hope you guys are able to wake up before that hits us. But you guys take care of each other, be kind to each other in these times.